how to create a man that you're proud to be. I'm Nate. I'm the FitFutureMD. Upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Pick up that free copy of the Nutrition and Workout Guide in the description below. I'm the owner of Ensorsale. Ensorsale is family. Together we rise up from humble beginnings to inspire others all over the world with the messages on our t-shirts. Wear your inspiration today. High quality tees, inspirational messages, what you wear matters. Be a generational curse breaker today. Use code FitFutureMD for 20% off. So, I think every man gets to this point in their life. They call it, for a lot of men, they call it like a midlife crisis. I think I was sitting there, probably at 23, 24 years old, graduated college, couldn't get a job to save my life, right? And I basically wanted to become, a man that I would be proud to be, right? So, and it took many years after that to achieve that goal, right? Because a man that I was proud to be didn't smoke cigarettes, right? A man that I was proud to be didn't drink alcohol, wasn't a drunk, right? A man that I was proud to be was healthy, right? When he went to the doctor, he had good blood work, right? They didn't say, oh, you're just morbidly obese, right? Right? Man that you're proud to be, takes care of his family, right? Has a wife, right? Attracts a good wife, right? Not just a wife, because anybody can just get a wife, but attracts a good wife, a wife that is loyal beyond measure to them, right? So a man that I was proud to be, a man that earns a good income, right? And a man that inspires to increase their impact on the planet, right? On the world, leave an impact when they die, right? So that is, my definition of a man to be proud of, right? So then that begets the question, well, how do you create this man, right? Well, another one, a man that has emotional control, right? So when someone says something to you, you don't react, right? You can let things from weak men not bother you, right? Because, if you're a hard worker and someone calls you lazy, you're a hard worker, so you don't need to even dignify them with a response, right? And whatever you want to say. Like I say, so we need to figure out, how do we create this man for ourselves, right? So number one, define what that man is for you, right? Because some people, you may just be a regular man that goes to a job 40 hours a week and takes care of his family, and that might be a man to be proud of for you, right? You may not want to leave this huge impact on the planet. You may just want to live free, the American dream, right? Or, you may want to fight for equality, whatever your fight might be, right? You can change that up, right? But so the number one thing you do is define what that man would look like, right? In your head, right? And let's say, and I've used, I talked about quitting smoking before, right? So you use affirmations to quit smoking. Well, same thing with drinking. Use affirmation. I'm not a drunk. Alcohol does not have control over me. I do not smoke cigarettes. Cigarettes don't have control of me. I do not use drugs. I am not a drug addict. right? People who are in town are not going to say, oh, I saw him this way, right? That rumor about me. So if somebody said, oh, you know, such and such died of an overdose, no way. Nate would never do that, right? Nate wouldn't even touch that stuff. He was definitely murdered, right? They would know, right? So you have to define that for yourself, whatever that is. But like I say, you use affirmations, and you see this in the Bible, right? So, if you've never used affirmations, and then what are you reading? What do you put in your mind, right? Because so you start with Proverbs. Proverbs is the book of wisdom in the Bible. And if you follow Proverbs, you're pretty much going to be successful in life. Like, the Jewish culture has basically proven this time and time again, right? They're like 0.1% of the population and then hold like 90% of the Nobel Prizes, right? So you talk about making an impact, a small community make a huge impact on the world, right? But that's why, they're coming from a book of wisdom, right? So, and, they create themselves into men that they can be proud of, right? So, that's what we're going to do, right? So whatever you're trying to do, start with those affirmations, start with what you're reading, right? If you want to make a great impact on the world, right, start by reading what other great men have done, right? You can start all the way back with Alexander the Great. You can read about Napoleon. Right now I'm reading about Elon Musk, right? Because most mentors are going to be dead, right? Most great men, that left an impact, you don't really know you've left an impact until you died, right? So, Alexander the Great probably thought his kingdom wasn't big enough. It wasn't going to be a big enough impact, but we remember him because he made this big, huge kingdom, right? And it was written down. So everything gets written down. But so that's basically it, right? You define it, and then you devise a way to become that man, right? And how far away are you, right? Like if you're addicted to drugs right now, you're sitting in the penitentiary right now, and you want to create this man that you're proud of, it might be a long road for you, right? Let me tell you, there's some that are a lot harder than others, right? When you're strung out and addicted, that is hard. It's hard to get over, right? So it starts here in the mind to get over it, right? And then when you give up these other devices, a lot of it's replaced by, so like cigarettes for me were replaced with food. So all of a sudden I go from, I'm 260 pounds, all of a sudden I'm 300 pounds, right? After quitting smoking and drinking, which is crazy because I thought that, if I quit drinking, that I was right on down, but that didn't happen for me, right? I had to add in other things to become healthier, right? So, keep that in mind. But so the first is define it. Second thing is to use affirmations to get you there, right? And I define that in a different video under how to quit smoking. But, basically you're going to go 30 to 60 days saying these affirmations over and over and over. And then you're going to attempt to get rid of whatever is causing you not to be proud of yourself, right? So if it's cigarettes for 60 days, you're going to be saying, I'm not a cigarette smoker. Cigarettes do not have control of me. I'm not an addict, right? Whereas the opposite of AA says, I am an alcoholic. Hey, my name is this, I'm an alcoholic. I don't do it that way. I do it the opposite way. I say, I'm Nate, I'm not a smoker. I'm Nate, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm Nate, food does not have control of me, right? So, that's how you use affirmations, right? Do it for 60 days, 30 to 60 days, and then attempt to get rid of whatever you're trying to get rid of, right? Obviously, there are things out there that are like heroin or, alcohol that have withdrawal, right? So you have to, not only do you have to do the affirmations, but you have to wean yourself off. And then most people have to have some kind of chemical replacement because you've been on it so long, especially for heroin, right? So they have methadone, all that kind of stuff. So, keep that in mind as well. Some things you can't just quit cold turkey, right? Because you'll die. But, like I say, so we're going to create the man that we want to be, that we're going to be proud of, right? We're going to earn a great income. We're going to look good. We're going to feel good. We're going to take care of our family, right? We're going to be ethical. We're going to have character, right? And we're going to make a big impact on the world, right? Could put God first in our life, right? God, family, country, right? And, we're not going to be easily trapped by the traps in society, right? We're not going to be sitting there, in a bunch of consumer debt that's just destroying our life, right? Not going to be in credit card debt, not going to borrow money to have nice cars, right? We're going to, live within our means by increasing our means slowly over time by investing. Let's say they're going to say, Nate, oh, that's Nate, he's a real estate investor. Oh, that's Nate, he's a stock market investor, right? That's Nate, he's an investor. They're not going to say, oh, that's Nate, he's a chemist anymore, right? He's not going to say, oh, that's Nate, he's the FitFutureMD anymore. They're going to say, Nate, oh, Nate, that's an investor, right? He knows what he's doing, investing, right? So you have to manifest these things in your mind. You see it in your mind. You see things in your mind long before you create them in reality, right? So, like I say, I made Ensorsale. I dreamed about Ensorsale walking to a beach shop, right? I made Ensorsale into reality years later, right? So that's why I say I created this brand walking to a beach shop. Created it in my mind, right? I saw that they were putting messages on t-shirts, a beach shop, and I'm like, my brand can be better than this, right? My brand can cause people to be inspired to become better men, right? So that's what Ensorsale is about. Shop at Ensorsale.com. Use code FitFutureMD for 20% off. This helped you out, guys. Share it with somebody that might need it. Comment down below. Let me know what the man that you would be proud of looks like. Describe him for me in the comments below. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.